Before you drift into sleep, whisper, "While I rest, my mind reorganizes itself for greater success." Your subconscious is pulling the night shift. Give it productive instructions. And when setbacks visit, as they do on every heroic journey, recreate them. This isn't failure, it's feedback. Feedback expands possibility. Failure slams doors. Words are hinges. Choose the ones that open, but hear me. Declarations delivered half-heartedly produce half-baked results. When you announce, "I am becoming unstoppable," say it as though you were stating gravity. Truth that obvious deserves full conviction. Because the language of success is never only about sound, it is equally about sensation. When you profess, "I am worthy of extraordinary achievement," your skin should tingle, your stomach should thrill, your spine should lengthen. That electric feeling is your cells realigning around a higher truth. So let's move from principle to protocol. Transformation is time sensitive. There are windows when the gates of the mind swing widest. Morning mastery. The instant your eyes blink open before feet touch floor, before phone lights glow. Pause. Pull in 3 deep breaths, expanding your lungs, creating sacred space. These breaths are not mere oxygen. They are invitations to power. Now speak, "I awaken to my greatest potential." Now, another day. Feel the seismic difference. Words set frequency, frequency shapes outcomes. Rise, meet the mirror, lock eyes with your future, and proclaim. Every breath I grow stronger. Success is my natural atmosphere. Excellence courses through my veins. Say it until the grin on your face feels inevitable. Your subconscious does not obey empty jargon. It responds to emotional voltage. Crank the current as water cascades in the shower. Repeat. I cleanse myself of limitation. Every droplet washes away doubt. Your mind takes instruction literally. It does not debate semantic. Give it clear orders. Midday momentum. When noon fatigue or inbox chaos arrives, anchor yourself with a power phrase. Everything I need is already within me, and I am becoming it more each moment. Breathe once. Feel your shoulders drop. Your mind sharpens. That single sentence keeps the construction crews in your cortex on task, building express lanes to clarity and composure. Evening elevation. As daylight dims, resist the reflex to replay worries. Instead, journal 3 triumphs, no matter how minor, and speak, "Today, advance my destiny. Tomorrow amplifies it." These are the 3 objects of everyday life for you. Without all, you are framing your memories as proof of progress, giving your subconscious fresh evidence to reference while you dream. Night shift programming, right before sleep with lights low and body relaxed. Whisper, "While I rest, abundance locates me, healing restores me, creativity renews me." Then surrender to slumber, confident that your mind is hard-coding prosperity into tomorrow's operating system. Intentions, let me tell you, they must be specific yet expansive. Don't just mumble, "I want a good day." That's vague. That's passive. Speak with clarity and power. "Today I am moving closer to my destiny. Every person I meet, every challenge I face is contributing to my growth and my success." Do you feel the difference? One is wishful, the other is directional. Before you leave your home, before the noise of the world invades, pause, just one more moment. Plant your feet firmly on the ground. Close your eyes, anchor yourself, and say with bold conviction, "I am grounded in my power. I am connected to infinite possibilities. I am ready to create extraordinary results." Now breathe. Feel strength rising through the soles of your feet, flowing up your legs, your spine, into your chest, radiating through every part of you. This isn't fantasy. This is frequency. This is resonance. This is alignment. Your morning protocol must become as natural as breathing. This is not about adding more tasks to your schedule. This is about building the foundation of your new reality. Because every word you speak in those sacred morning minutes becomes part of the blueprint for your entire day. Every declaration sets the frequency that draws opportunity to you or drives it away. And here's what you must remember. The world will try to start your day for you. The news, the emails, the expectations. But when you have this protocol in place, when you rise with purpose, you're no longer reacting, you're creating. You're not a slave to circumstance, you are a commander of energy. You are operating from power, from precision, from purpose. As you move through your morning, carry this phrase in your spirit like armor. I am becoming more focused, more powerful, more successful with every step I take. Let those words echo in your thoughts. Let them color your actions. Let them drive your decisions. These aren't just affirmations. They are codes. They are commands your subconscious receives, decodes, and begins to act upon. Can you feel it now? That shift in your energy, that rising clarity in your mind, that's your power being reawakened. That's the real you stepping into position. But we're not done. What we're going to explore next is how to protect this energy, how to carry this power through your entire day, especially when adversity strikes, because it will. But here's the truth. Power is not tested in calm waters. It's proven in the storm. This is where your words move from inspiration to implementation. This is where language becomes lifestyle. And as your day unfolds, remind yourself every morning is a fresh chance to step deeper into your destiny. Every day is another layer of transformation. And it all begins with how you begin. Now let's talk about your evening hours. Because this is the part most people ignore, but this is where champions are made. The sunset hours are not just for winding down. They're for locking in progress, elevating your awareness, and preparing for tomorrow's rise. So right now, this evening, find a quiet space, no distractions, just presence. Your evening reflection isn't just a recap, it's a recalibration. Ask yourself, how did I speak to myself today? What did I believe in moments of resistance? What did I declare in moments of triumph? But here's what makes this different. You're not just remembering. You are reinforcing. You're reprogramming. If you catch a moment when you said, I'm not good enough, don't bury it. Reframe it. Replace it. Speak these three truths. I am growing stronger through every experience. I am learning at an accelerated rate. I am becoming more capable every single day. Why? Because your subconscious is most receptive in these final moments of the day. Your words are not just reflections. They are construction materials. You are wiring your mind while you sleep. Say, today's challenges strengthened me. Today's struggles refined me. Today's lessons advanced me. Now your brain has something powerful to build with. This is how you turn pain into power. This is how you transform reflection into realignment. And as you prepare for tomorrow, pause. Just one last sacred breath. Because what you're about to do next will not just prepare your body for rest. It will ignite your future. Let me show you how. You must speak it into existence. Not tomorrow, tonight. Before your head touches the pillow, declare with bold, unwavering conviction, tomorrow belongs to me. Success is attracted to me. My potential is unlimited, and I'm stepping into it with every breath. This isn't poetry, this is programming. Your evening reflection is not just about what was, it's about creating what will be. When you say, while I sleep, my mind is organizing itself for greater achievement, you are handing your subconscious mind a blueprint. Your brain will begin working on solutions while your body rests. You are activating unseen systems in your favor. Take a moment before sleep to celebrate. Yes, celebrate even the smallest of victories. Speak. I am proud of my progress. I am becoming more than I was yesterday. My growth is inevitable. These aren't just comforting words. They're building blocks of tomorrow's reality. As you lie in bed, create a mental movie. Watch yourself living in power. Hear yourself speaking words of strength. See yourself creating extraordinary results. Your brain doesn't know the difference between vivid imagination and physical reality. So, use that truth to your advantage. Here's what most people never understand. The thoughts you fall asleep with become the seeds of tomorrow's harvest. So tonight, before you drift into dreams, say, I am becoming more powerful every day. Let that phrase echo in your heart as you rest. Because that sentence, it's planting the roots of something unstoppable. Can you feel the power in this evening protocol? Can you sense how it doesn't just close today, it opens tomorrow? And now, this is where it all comes together, where everything we've explored begins to ignite. Because what comes next will show you how to take all of this, your words, your rituals, your rewiring, and create unstoppable momentum in your life. This is where transformation becomes permanent, where change is no longer a moment, but a movement. Right now, this very moment, you stand at the intersection between who you've been and who you are becoming. And hear me. The power to change your life doesn't live in next year. It doesn't live in motivation. It lives in the very next word you speak to yourself. So I want you to do something practical. Pull out your phone, open your notes app, write these words. For the next 3 days, I commit to speaking to myself with power, with purpose, with absolute certainty. This isn't a motivational quote. This is a contract with your future self. Sign it with your intention. Seal it with your belief. Because the moment you leave this space, your mind will try to revert. It will whisper old doubts. It will echo old failures. But now you know better. Now you know. Those thoughts are not you. They are outdated software waiting to be overridden. So start tonight. When you get home, go to the mirror, not for a glance, for a meeting. A meeting with your next level. Look at yourself, not just your face, but your future. And say, I am becoming unstoppable. My potential is unlimited. My success is inevitable. For the next 3 days, guard your self-talk like your life depends on it. Because it does. Every word you speak is either building your future or reinforcing your limitations. There is no neutral language. Every phrase matters. Every thought carries weight. Keep a small notebook with you. When a negative thought creeps in, don't just silence it, replace it, write the limiting phrase. Then write its powerful opposite. This is more than journaling. This is reprogramming the operating system of your mind. Remember the morning protocol? Begin it tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Make yourself ready. Let your first thoughts each morning be thoughts of power, of purpose, of possibility. Let your last thoughts each night be seeds of success planted in fertile ground. And as each evening arrives, celebrate your courage, honor your consistency, speak your commitment aloud. I am transforming, I am evolving, I am stepping fully into the life I was created to live. But here's what makes these 3 days different. You are not alone right now. Across the world, others are discovering the same truth. They're rewriting their inner language. They're speaking destiny into existence. They're changing their lives one phrase at a time. And now, so are you. Your future is waiting. Your power is awakened. Now speak and step into it. Your future is not waiting by chance. It's waiting for your command. These next 3 days are not ordinary hours. They are the foundation of your new identity. So stand up, breathe deep, and declare, I commit to these 3 days. I commit to speaking words of power. I commit to creating my new reality. This is your moment. This is your shift. Walk out not casually, but with authority, knowing these 72 hours will echo into generation. Your words are not just sounds. They are seeds. Speak with purpose. Create with conviction. Your transformation doesn't start tomorrow, it starts now. The power is already in you. The moment is already here. Your new life is not far away. It's one declaration away. Don't just hear my voice. Feel the weight of these words, because what I'm about to share with you has changed lives. And not just a few, countless. It's powerful, it's simple, and yet it's something most people overlook every single day. I was standing in my office one quiet morning, staring at the reflection in the window, and a deep truth struck me like lightning. We speak around 16,000 words a day. But then came the question that stopped me cold. How many of those words are we speaking to ourselves? And more importantly, what are we saying when we do? You see, the human mind is the most advanced system ever created. Right now it's listening, not just to my words, but to your own. Every thought, every whisper of self-talk, every silent belief, it's all being recorded. But here's what most people don't know. Your mind doesn't just hear those words. It believes them. It accepts them as law. There is a law in this universe just as real as gravity. And it's this: the words you speak to yourself in secret moments are constructing your reality. They're building your habits. They're framing your decisions. They're shaping your future. One sentence at a time. I've spoken in stadiums, walked through villages, sat with leaders and laborers alike, and I've discovered something profound. The people who rise, the ones who overcome every barrier, they share a common discipline. They speak to themselves with vision, with truth, with purpose. But let me make one thing clear. This isn't magic. It's not some spiritual gift. You had to be born with this. It's a skill, a discipline, a form of mental training that anyone, yes, even you, can master. And it starts with just 3 days. Why 3 days? Because your brain, your magnificent, intelligent brain, has built neurological highways over the years. Some of those roads lead to fear, some to shame, some to poverty. And many of those roads were built with words like, I'm not enough, I'll never make it, I can't afford this, I always mess it up. But just as those roads were built, they can be rebuilt. And in 3 days, if you commit, if you become conscious of your self-talk, if you plant new words like seeds, you can begin to form new mental paths, healthier ones, wealthier ones, holier ones. The transformation begins not when you see it, but when you speak it. Let me ask you, how long does it take for a seed to grow? Not when you see fruit, but the very moment it's planted in fertile soil, something starts. Speak life, speak strength, speak vision. For the next 3 days, talk to yourself like someone who's going somewhere. Because once your mind believes it, your life will follow. The moment you begin to speak new words to yourself, something shifts. Invisible gears start turning. Fresh neural roads begin to form, and untapped possibilities rise like dawn on the horizon. That is exactly what we are about to explore together. The specific words, the exact phrases, the precise methodology that can spark this transformation in your life. When I first uncovered this principle, it shook me to my core. Neuroscientists have proven that your brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined event and one unfolding in physical reality. Let that sink in. Each time you speak to yourself, your mind registers those words as fact, and it builds pathways accordingly, right here, right now, in real time. And let me unpack this in a way that will reshape how you see yourself forever. If you rise at dawn and mutter, "I'm exhausted," your brain promptly releases chemicals that make fatigue feel inevitable. Whisper, "This is too hard," and the prefrontal cortex, the problem-solving center, starts dimming its lights. Your words are not harmless vibrations in the air. They are coded instructions to your biology, architectural blueprints for every cell in your body. Research estimates that your subconscious processes roughly 400 billion bits of information every single second. 400 billion. And guess what filter it trusts most when deciding what deserves attention? Your words. The phrases you repeat become command codes for that supercomputer between your ears. I remember mentoring a young entrepreneur who had convinced herself she would never excel in business. For years, she repeated, "I'm terrible with numbers." Predictably, every time a spreadsheet played on her screen, her mind slammed the door. But we rewrote her script. She began declaring, "I'm learning to navigate numbers every day." Within weeks, she was dissecting financial reports with confidence. Her words didn't simply motivate her. They rewired her neural circuitry. Your mind lives by what I call the construction site principle. Imagine building a house. You do not toss bricks and lumber at random. You follow a blueprint. Your words are that blueprint. Saying, "I'm growing stronger each day," and you are not reciting a cliche. You are pouring concrete into the foundation of new neural architecture. Manifestation is not mere positive thinking. It is aligned thinking. Your language must harmonize with universal laws of growth and seed time. When you declare, "I'm in the process of mastering this skill," you're not deceiving yourself. You are issuing a divine directive to your brain. Build here. Each past "I can't" erected a wall. Every whispered "impossible" dug a moat. These fortifications are not steel and stone, they are syllables, and syllables can be revised. Understand this: mental barriers were constructed by repetition, and they will crumble the same way. Consider a single drop of water striking granite. One drop seems powerless, but steady, rhythmic falling carves a canyon. Your new words, spoken consistently and deliberately, will erode those inner walls until daylight floods in. This is practical neuroscience. Your brain possesses a wonder called neuroplasticity, the lifelong ability to forge new connections. Each fresh confession physically reshapes gray matter, stitching new synapses, pruning old ones. You may not feel the shift instantly, but the blueprint is already on the architect's table, the crew's already pouring the footings. So for the next 3 days, I challenge you, monitor every syllable you speak inwardly. Replace "I'm overwhelmed" with "I'm expanding to handle more." Trade "I always fail" for "I'm learning faster than ever." When frustration rises, answer with "There's a solution and I'm discovering it now." Speak these phrases aloud, write them on mirrors, rehearse them while driving. Your mind will record, accept, and build upon them because that is its design. Remember, repetition is the chisel, alignment is the hammer, and your words are the architect's pen. Use them wisely. For as surely as gravity holds you to the earth, the language you choose will elevate or imprison your destiny. You're not just speaking new words. You're creating new pathways for success, new avenues for achievement, new highways for prosperity to travel on. And that is precisely why what I'm about to share with you next is so important. Because once you understand how to use your words systematically, strategically, and consistently, not just randomly, not just emotionally, but intentionally over these 3 days, you won't just change how you think. You'll begin changing the very infrastructure of your life. You're not merely adjusting your mindset, you are redesigning your destiny. Are you beginning to see the magnitude of what we're really talking about here? This isn't just about feeling better. This is about upgrading your internal operating system, a system that runs every area of your life, your confidence, your decisions, your relationships, your finances, your faith. And right now, in these next few moments, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to begin this 3-day transformation. Have you ever wondered why some changes feel slow and impossible while others seem to ignite overnight? Let me show you something powerful about the number 3. 3 days isn't random. It's a divine pattern woven into the very design of transformation. Just like steel must reach a specific temperature before it can be reshaped, your mind needs a specific window to begin its renewal. 3 days is enough to disrupt the momentum of old thinking, but short enough to maintain laser-sharp focus. Think of your thoughts like a river. It's been flowing in the same direction for years, carving deep grooves into the soil of your consciousness. You don't stop that river by throwing in one pebble, but you can redirect it by creating a disruption strong enough to reroute the flow. That's what 3 days of focused self-talk can do. Day 1 feels like a fight. Why? Because your old programming will scream for attention. It'll say, this isn't you. You're lying. You failed before, you'll fail again. And that resistance is proof that you're standing at the threshold of breakthrough. But if you press through on day 2, something subtle begins to shift. The resistance starts to weaken. The tantrum your mind throws starts to quiet. The voice that once mocked your new declarations begins to lose its volume. This is the beginning of receptivity, where the ground of your mind becomes soft enough to receive new instruction. And then comes day 3. Oh, this is where the change begins to take root. Your mind doesn't just hear the words anymore, it starts looking for them in your life. It starts scanning your reality for evidence to support the new blueprint. Instead of rejecting your new thoughts, it starts embracing them. This is the tipping point, the momentum shift. This is when mental reformation begins to take hold. But let me make something crystal clear. We are not talking about wishful thinking. We are not talking about tossing out a few affirmations and hoping life gets better. No, we're talking about strategic self-alignment, about reconditioning your internal dialogue to match the future you're called to walk in. These 3 days are not about escaping reality, they're about creating it. When you commit to this process, you're not just changing your language, you're initiating a new legacy. Because every word you speak to yourself is either a prophecy of your future or a prison of your past. So I challenge you, for the next 3 days, speak like your future depends on it. Because it does. Now we move into the realm of strategic mental reprogramming. This isn't random, this isn't casual. Every word you speak to yourself during these 3 days must be chosen with intention, with purpose, with precision. Each phrase is a tool designed not just to motivate, but to rewire, to carve new pathways in your brain, to redirect your mental traffic from fear to faith, from lack to abundance, from I can't to I am becoming. You see, your old thought patterns are like deeply worn trails in a forest. For years, maybe decades, your mind has walked the same routes. I'm not good enough. I always mess this up. This is too hard. These thoughts have become the most traveled paths in your mental terrain. But here's what makes this 3-day transformation so powerful. We don't eliminate those old paths by force. We create better ones beside them. We break the cycle by acknowledging the old, not by fighting it. Because resistance gives power to what you're trying to avoid. So instead of battling, I can't, we redirect to a new road. I am in the process of becoming capable. This isn't wishful thinking. This is redirection. Like changing the channel on a television that's been playing the same negative program for years. We're not smashing the TV. We're choosing a new broadcast. And for the next 3 days, we're going to keep it locked onto this new frequency. Transformation is not about force, it's about focus. You don't fight the darkness, you shine a stronger light. That's what we're doing. I'm about to give you the exact phrases to speak during these crucial days. Not vague affirmations, targeted instructions to your subconscious. These words are commands to your neural network. Blueprints for your next breakthrough. And when spoken with authority and consistency, they begin to reconstruct your internal reality. Let me ask you, are you beginning to grasp the potential of this? And you feel the shift already beginning inside you? Because what comes next is not just about what to say, but how to say it in a way that your mind cannot resist, in a tone that makes change inevitable. This is the technology of transformation. For example, don't say, I'm trying to see that phrase carries the energy of struggle, of doubt. Instead, say, success flows to me naturally. One implies difficulty, the other inevitability. And your mind responds to the energy of inevitability. The other hand, when you imply triumphant, the mind responds to the energy of inevitability. When you wake up in the morning, don't just say, I hope I can do this. Say, I am designed for excellence, built for achievement, created for greatness. These are not just words. They're frameworks. Every syllable is laying down new neurological highways. Let me show you how to reshape negative self-talk in real time. When your mind says, I'm not ready, you respond, I am growing into my potential every moment. When it whispers, I'm afraid, you declare, I'm becoming more confident with every breath. Do you see what's happening here? We're not denying the fear, we're transforming its energy. This process isn't about lying to yourself, it's about leading yourself. It's not about denying your current reality. It's about declaring the one you're stepping into. When you say, I am becoming wealthier every day, you're not making a false claim. You're giving your subconscious a direction. You're building a highway for abundance to travel on. And when doubt creeps in, and it will, I want you to declare this power phrase out loud. Everything I need is already within me, and I am becoming it more each day. Say it with belief. Say it like your future is listening, because it is. Now place your hand on your heart and declare, I am the master of my circumstances, never the victim of them. Feel the strength in those syllables. Even now, as the sound rolls off your tongue, your brain is laying fresh neural track, forging unbeaten roads toward victory. Every time you meet your own reflection, bathroom mirror, car window, shopfront glass, speak with your whole being. I grow more powerful every day. Don't just move your lips. Let every cell in your body hum with agreement. Remember, your nervous system cannot distinguish between lived experience and vivid imagination. When you speak, you are writing code for your biology. Challenges will still knock at the door, but your new default response is, this is happening for my growth, not to my defeat. Hear the shift? One mindset renders you a bystander, the other crowns you a victor. Your mind will always march in the direction of its dominant language.